Hey, so you still watching these? Wow, I admire your determination. Well, here's issue 25 of my Falcon build, and here's a technical readout. Let's see what I'm going to be doing this time around to bore you to tears with. Check it out. Jedi Starfighter. Delta 7 E-Sprite? E-Sprite? I don't know. Whatever. That says E-Superito K Starfighter. Delta 7 E-Sprite? Whatever, man. Who cares? Hey, look at that. It's the guy from Trainspotting. Alright. He's got his golden Jesus hairband on there. I like that one. Here's Rosara? I don't know. This is from Star Wars Rebels, I believe. Haven't watched that yet, but I heard it's really good. Anyway, incorporating some of that in there. Done a really nice job making Grand Moff Tarkin sure look like Grand Moff Tarkin there. Here's a little bit about the gyroscopic stabilizing system in the Millennium Falcon. That's pretty cool. And a little bit more about it there. And here's the bits and bobs that I'm going to be dealing with this time around. Lots of gluing. And there's also a bit not in here that I'm going to take care of as well. Replacing pins in the interior hold. That proves to be a lot of fun. And by fun, I mean swearing. Here are the parts. So, as you can see, got a lot of gluing today, which means a lot of glue on the fingers, and probably more than a little bit of bad words. So there are 28 of these little pads that need to go into each of these panels here. In order to try to make this video just marginally less boring than it usually is, I have spared you the clipping and sanding of all these pads. It took me about, I don't know, I guess about 20 minutes to get all that done, make sure it was done all nice, but I'm pretty happy with the way the sanding job has come down. So, in this video, just going to be gluing these pieces into place. The next issue is when these pieces start to come together into the passageway, or I should say one of the passageways from, I believe, the cockpit into the interior hold. And up here, got these two little bastards. And these two little bastards promise to be, well, perhaps something of a nightmare, because those pieces are going to go into this part. And here's my hold. I'm feeling pretty proud of this, actually. Really like the way it looks. They are going to replace these two screws in the hold to make it look a little bit less like a model. And, well, I don't know. You might recall if you watched the earlier video when I put this together, wondering why these pieces were not replaced at the time that the walls were still off the side here. Cannot say why, but removing these screws and then gluing those two little bastards into place is probably going to be a nightmare. But we're going to see. Anyway, for now, that's going to go to the side. I'm going to rearrange my parts a little bit and start gluing and swearing. Here's the first panel. Here are my 7 parts. My cyanoacrylate, and my trusty cocktail stick to help me out. Let's see how much glue ends up on the fingers this time. And as always, I'm sure you're wondering, is the stupid glue all gummed up on the cap and whatnot? Looks like no. And it looks like I actually have. You can even see, whoop, there's fair passage there. Now, is there any glue left in here? Well, I have done the smart thing, and I have another tube of glue ready. I win. Planning. All right. Anyway, let's get to gluing these pieces together, right? My glue is slightly gummy now. I'm sure that's not going to be an issue for actually putting this together. But I guess it is definitely coming to the end of its lifespan. It's not bonding quite as quickly as it used to. Oh, well, no, you know what? Before I make a disastrous mistake, I am going to continue using the cocktail stick. Yep, it's already dripping all over the place there. Elsewheres. Okay. So yeah, I don't need to be slopping glue all over the place and then really, wait, that's a lot. Get back on there. Slopping glue all over my model, gluing things to pieces they shouldn't be. Yeah. So, anyway, as I go along here, some thought occurred to me a little while ago. I know that there are not many of you actually watching these videos out there, and that is A-OK. At this point, and well, even in its inception, this project was more about my own log of my progress here and so on. But hey, if you happen to be watching these videos, thanks, I guess, following on my little journey. A couple of people that I've spoken to have mentioned to me that they find the swearing is actually the most entertaining part. So I guess you like hearing me curse at my stupid model. Well, if you have any other ideas, reasonable ideas, that you think could make these videos at least a little more interesting, please go ahead and make a recommendation. I don't really look at any of these after I've posted them, so it's quite rare that I respond to any of the comments, what few comments there are. Actually, my good buddy the Bean Burrito commented on the last video, and I happened to get pop-ups on my phone about that, which is what led me to actually reply and get in touch with them. But hey, that actually put me into better touch with an old friend, so now we're actually in better communication. So hey, right on. Anyway, if you got any ideas, please feel free to let me know. I reckon all of you that might be watching this, I'm in with contact with in one way or another already, so, whatever. Alright, so, anyway, here's the first panel, and looks like everything went on A-OK. Pretty happy with my sanding job here. So, actually, if you take a very close look, which I doubt, yeah, it's picking it up. It's not really focusing too well, but you can see there is a little bit of leftover plastic there. I didn't quite sand it as accurately as I would have liked, but it's a little late for that now, and you're never going to see this anyway. So there we go. All right, there's the first bit. 1 down, 3 to go. Here's the second panel, and more gluing. These are significantly longer than the other ones. I need a little bit more glue. I'm surprised by how much is remaining in this tube, all things considered, especially how much I end up just slopping all over the place as I go about my business here. But hey, not going to complain. Well, of course, I can always do ghetto things like this, like pilfering it from the puddles that I create on my work surface. Because why not? Got a strong suspicion that this tube is not going to make it through the end of this issue. In fact, I'm really starting to get to the end of it now. You can see how well I've got it rolled up. And this stuff is not like toothpaste. It's not like I can curl up the tube and get a whole bunch more out of those little nooks and crannies here. It's not particularly viscous. So, in fact, I'm reminded of the first time I cracked open this brand of glue and gave it a squeeze the same way I would have with the other brand of glue in the firmer plastic tube, and basically spewed forth, ejaculated if you will, a great deal of glue onto my work surface. And yes, I did say that very much on purpose. You're welcome. Alright, halfway done with this one. And everything seems to be moving forward pretty well here. Alright. Just a couple more. Stuff is starting to get real gummy on my work surface. Okay. Alright, there we go. There's the last one. Now, my sanding job is a little better on this one than the other one. And obviously you can still make out some of the sanding edges here, but you can see these two not quite as sharp, but the rest of them pretty smooth. Anyway, like I said, not going to be seeing these pretty much after it goes in, but might even think about touching it up with paint later. But anyway, alright, halfway done. So far, no glue on the hands, and no swearing. I apologize for the lack of entertainment. There we go. There's something to swear about, you piece of shit. Alright, I apologize for the relative lack of entertainment value, realizing very much so that the entertainment value of these videos is negligible. But hey, whatevs. Also going to try to take a little more care when picking up my next piece, because I have this strong suspicion that I'm going to end up flipping one around the wrong way without realizing it, and then almost or perhaps actually gluing into place the wrong way. And boy, oh boy, you're going to hear some swearing if that happens. But for now, let's just try and exercise a little caution. My same friend that commented on the last video, young gentleman goes by the handle of the Bean Burrito, got in touch with me afterwards and asked me what I used to actually shoot these videos, what kind of equipment. Now, I have mentioned it before, but to spell it out 100%, I am shooting this video with my phone, and it's a Kyocera Urbano, and I don't know, it's got to be, well, it's at least 2 odd years old now that I've actually been using it, and when I received it, it was certainly not a top-end or latest model. I used the word received because it was free when I changed cell carriers. So that, again, perhaps could be an indicator into the relative advancement of the technology contained within. But you know what? I use my phone basically for 2 purposes. One of them being shooting these videos, and the second one being to play Marvel Puzzle Quest. And of you 3 people who seem to be watching these every so often, I'm pretty sure that at least 2 of you are Marvel Puzzle Quest people. So, hey guys. Alright, I think I may have been a little bit too aggressive with the glue. You can see it kind of peeking out in between there. But, it's not that bad. And once it dries up, won't even notice it. And, unless I'm mistaken, these panels are going to be the inward walls of a very narrow passageway, and we're probably going to see that in the next issue. But there's 3 down. Final panel time. 7 more. Let's see if the glue holds out until the end. To continue my technical manifesto, whatever the hell you want to call it, I shoot the videos on my phone, and to accomplish this magical 2-handed build while the camera runs, I do not have a tripod of any manner or type. I have used my son's Lego kits to actually build myself a stand that will hold my phone at a decent height and angle with which to shoot the videos. And if that is not one of the most ghetto fantastic things you've heard, I don't know what is. So, I've got my cell phone video camera. I've got my Lego made camera holder. And to take care of the editing, I use Microsoft Movie Maker, which is, oh god, that was a lot of glue there, which is the pack-in video editing suite that comes with Windows 7. and I'm quite sure that it is a very bare bones editing suite. But you know what? All of the editing that I do on these really only takes a short period of time. The longest part of it being simply when I watch and go through the raw footage to see where I need to make the cuts to speed it up, or where... Oh, crap. See, this is what I was talking about. Son of a... Well, okay, that seems to be alright. What was I saying? Oh, where I might put in some captions. Because if you've actually been watching some of these, you might have noted that every so often I put in some captions, a humorous observation, or perhaps a bit of self-deprecating humor to add a little extra to the proceedings. But yeah, Microsoft Movie Maker, pack in stuff. Certainly never paid any money for it, and don't really need much more than what it does, which is clip apart my little videos and then boil them down into something I can post onto the YouTubes, and add a little bit of captioning and background music every so often. And that's about it. So yeah, that's how these videos come together. My buddy the Burrito had asked, because I guess he and his significant other are interested in cosplaying and documenting their progress, similar to how I'm documenting my progress here. So there you go. And that's my narration, which takes us through the fourth and final panel here. Let's just plop all the rest of these into frame and get a look at what all of my gluing has accomplished today. Doopy-doopy-doop. There we go. So, 28 cushion panels into the walls of the connecting passageway. So, next task is to get the bastards back. Where are they? Come here, you bastards. These two little bastards. I'm going to try and extract those screws and put them in place. I am not looking forward to this. Alright, here's my hold. And I got my screwdriver ready. I'm going to pull these out. There are my two bastards. I'm going to have to use my tweezers here to hang on to those, put them into place, and then press it into place until the glue sets. Hopefully, when it's completely flush with the wall, so I don't screw up my model. Well, anyway, here's how we're going to do it. So, let's take this one out. Build guide advises that I'm going to want to be careful to make sure that, yep, there we go. There's a little gap that's going to be created. Oh, man. I'm going to screw this up. All right. Now, the debate is, should I put glue into the hole, or should I put glue onto the end of the bastard before I send it in? I'm thinking the hole's probably a better idea. Let me try and do this. Oh, there's glue on the finger. There we go. Can you see that? There's glue on the finger. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking probably send glue into the hole and then run the piece in. So let's try it. And, well, if this gets all cocked up after I'm done yelling about it, we can try a different way on the second one. And I think this part of the project is going... Oh, my God. Okay, yeah, this part of the project is going to be what finally kicks the glue. All right. Okay, glued up. Let's try and do this in short order. In you go. Oh, that looks like money right there. That looks like money. Aha! Yup. Oh, sweet as. Light's not really catching it, but there we go, you can see. Fairly inconspicuous. It actually... Oh, shit. No. Ah, yeah. Started to come apart. Didn't take my own advice. Thought the glue would set faster than it did. Almost glued it into place with the walls at a gap. Yeah. Now, let's enjoy me playing with the glue that got on my finger. All right. Well, still not unhappy about that. Certainly less conspicuous than the brass screw there, But these little pegs did sink much more readily than I thought they would. Well, I'm using the plural even though I've only done one. But I'll send a screwdriver in this way to get this second screw. That worked out okay, so I think I'm going to do it the same way. Come on, you. Ugh, damn it. This is a hassle. So why did we not do this when we were still assembling this hold when there weren't all the frickin' walls on? Oh, come on, you mother. Come on. Would you get out? Jesus, how many threads does this fucking thing have? Come on, you asshole. Sorry, I realize this is mostly out of frame, but I did not think that this would be the most frustrating part of this endeavor. Come on, come on. It's not even really held on to anything. It just doesn't want to come out. There you go. Yeah, fuck you, man. Alright. Got that stupid ass screw out of the way. Jesus Christ, that was annoying. Alright. Glue. I got some here. Glue. Send them on into the hole. Okay. Tweezers. Now, am I going to screw this up? Probably. Let's see. Alright. Got it. Sorry. In you go. That one was a lot tighter than the other one. But I think we're all good. Pleasant surprise. Did not mess that up. And it looks like, let's see. Good. No gaps there. Good. No gaps here. There is a gap between this and the wall, but that's okay. All right. Ha! Victory. Okay, I think I still have a little bit of glue left over that I might make use of in the near future. Okay. So, I've replaced my two temporary screws in the hold. I have assembled 4 cushion panels. I'm not going to put this on top of more glue. 4 cushion panels. I've made a nice mess with my glue. And there we go. So, I'm going to straighten up a little bit. There we go. So, there we go. That's issue 25 of the Millennium Falcon build done. And, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this boring-ass video. See you again.